How's it going, guys? So the NFL has released finally what the contracts for all the first round picks would be from the 2020 draft. In this draft, we drafted Jordan Love, so now we have a decent idea of what we could expect if we are going to go for their fifth-year tender. So with the way the NFL kind of does these fifth-year option contracts, it's dependent on a few things. First off, what position does he play? So in our case, quarterback. Then it's how much playing time he's had and how many Pro Bowl appearances he's had, if any. So Jordan Love hasn't had much playing time, pretty much very minuscule, and has had no Pro Bowl appearances, obviously. So he's subject to the base pay of the fifth-year option. So in his bracket for quarterbacks, he is subjected to a $20.72 million contract if his fifth year is picked up. And to kind of compare this to how it would relate to other quarterbacks, Joe Burrow was drafted in the first round in this draft as well. You have to play at least 50% of the snaps within the last 3 years. There are different tiers, 50% and 75%, and where the contract value increases, and then also how many Pro Bowl appearances, in which Joe Burrow did have one. So with his pretty much starting from day one and playing almost all the snaps and making the Pro Bowl, he's subject to a $29 million contract in his fifth-year option. So there's about a $9 million difference from if you are Joe Burrow status or pretty much Jordan Love, where you haven't played at all. So the Packers have until May 5th to make this decision. So it's not anytime soon. We still are a solid 3 months away from when they would have to officially make a decision if they haven't already. And a lot of this is probably going to depend on some of the reports. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers still plays a big part in this. And then if the reports are true of Jordan Love could be demanding a trade. I don't know how much merit there is into those trades, but it's going to have to be one thing at a time. Obviously, that domino wouldn't fall if true if Aaron Rodgers retires. But going on the situation where the Packers do decide to pick up his fifth-year option, which is probably highly probable no matter the scenario, his cap hit would be a total of $20.72 million because that contract for the fifth year is completely guaranteed. They can reduce that cap hit if they extend him. So that $20 million cap hit isn't definite. And usually what happens in many teams' cases is they extend the player and their cap hit will go down for that year. And this will be in the year 2024. So not next year coming up, but 2024. At the end of the day, I feel like regardless of what happens, the Packers are going to pick up Jordan Love's fifth-year option. It sounds like from Gutekunst that he actually does believe in Jordan Love a bit, and I'm sure Matt LaFleur does. He showed promise in the 13 throws that he had against the Eagles, and it was a very short, small sample, but it's a sample regardless, and he finally looked like he has some promise. So I feel like the Packers, no matter what, they're going to pick up his fifth-year option. It's just going to more matter if Love wants to sit for another year behind Rodgers if Rodgers comes back, or if he's the starter, or what if he somehow wins the starting job or gets the starting job and we trade Rodgers. There are many different situations there, but I feel like no matter what, the Packers are going to pick up that fifth-year option. But let me know what you think down in the comments. If you liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and as always, go Pack, go.